People left a comment about how the way I speak and how I clearly can tell that I'm from the UK. So growing up in the UK, I always learned to speak clearly and precisely. If you don't speak clearly or precisely, people won't understand the point that you're trying to make. Think about it. If you say, well, I want to go to the shop, but I might, when you speak like that, people don't take you seriously because people don't actually know what you're trying to communicate. If you think about it, for me, the only language that I speak is English. So for me to get my English onto a level that actually everyone can understand is actually pretty easy to do. All you have to do is listen to the way that you speak and the way that you say things, and then think about actually taking a pause. So for example, let's say you're speaking about a subject that you don't really know too much about. Instead of saying, well, I think the whiteboard is it's useful, but it's kind of, instead of speaking like that, you can say, well, the whiteboard is, let me just think about it for a second. You see, you can say things like, let me think about it for a second, or hold on a minute, or actually, that's a good point. Let me think about my opinion on that. You see, if you speak like that, you can actually come across a lot more sophisticated. It's helped me in job interviews. It's helped me in situations where I've had to be in court cases or had to be through certain things like legal issues, whatever the problem was. By being able to speak clearly and precisely has actually made my life so much easier. Even when it came to being on the first date with my girlfriend, by me speaking clearly and precisely and understanding what I'm actually talking about was so helpful. And I think that it's cool that I got a British accent. I think that helps as well. But my point is, if you actually want to communicate properly to people and actually understand what people are saying, you need to actually practice. You can't go live without practicing what you say. Like when you speak to people, understand where you say the ums or where you say the ers or where you pause or where you don't understand what's going on. If you don't understand a conversation, you have to think about what can you understand. Most people go their whole life speaking in conversation without actually speaking properly or speaking clearly or precisely. And that's where communication issues can come in. Communication issues can come in with family or friends or loved ones because you don't actually clearly explain what you mean or what you're trying to say. And that's the thing, when people talk about making money, oh, I need to make money, you need to fix your voice and how you actually speak first. Speak clearly, speak precisely, understand what you want to say and the point that you're trying to make, and then talk. Sometimes, even if you make a brief plan in your head for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then start the conversation, it's better than starting the conversation with, do you want to, maybe we should, I don't know, like we could go to the cinema. We're saying, okay, let me think about what we should do today. Okay, we could go to the cinema and watch this film. Would you like to watch a horror or an action? Okay, would you like to get sweet popcorn or salted popcorn? You know what I mean? Like just by taking a break to actually think and process what you want to say, then you can do it. Even this video of me speaking right now, this is not scripted. I have no script. I have not written anything down. I'm just talking to the microphone and just saying that when you speak to people, you have to be precise and clear and communicate well of what your point is. Once you do that and you learn that skill, you will do fine in the world. Like I said, I really appreciate people actually talking about the way I speak and actually the way I talk, because my English isn't to like a very, very high level, but my English is my only language. Like I grew up in the UK, I grew up in London. So for me, my English is not I'm not saying it's Oxford level. It's not any sort of super high academic level, but when you speak, if you actually be precise on what you're trying to say and then you communicate that in an own way, you can actually do so much better than people who say and stutter. And these are the reasons why people lose debates. This is the reason why people lose arguments and they get angry and they get mad. But instead of getting angry and mad, sometimes actually trying to understand what you want to say, what is your point that you're trying to bring across, and then do it. You know, even if you have to practice, even just by practicing to yourself, like literally just talk to yourself. Also, I talk to myself a lot, but when you talk to yourself and actually think about what you're saying or what your thoughts are, once you control your thoughts, then you control your speech. Once you can control your speech, you can control your communication. Once you can control your communication of what you're actually trying to relate to the other person or group of people, sometimes even if you don't know what to say in a conversation, the best thing to do is just compliment people. That's what I do. Sometimes I don't know what to say in a conversation. I'll say, oh, I like your shoes, or I like your hairstyle, or I think that jacket looks cool. Where did you buy it from? Sometimes a genuine compliment, don't be fake, but like a genuine compliment. If you think someone's shoes are cool, you can say, oh, I think your shoes are cool, or I think your hairstyle is cool, or I like your nails, where did you get them done? You know what I'm trying to say? These things are what can bring a conversation, because you're complimenting a person, so they're going to be more likely to help you out than actually just being mean or not saying anything. For example, let's say you're crossing the road and you say to someone, excuse me, where's a shop? They might tell you, they might not. But if you say to someone, excuse me, oh, by the way, I actually like your hairstyle. That's really cool. That fade looks really cool. By the way, do you know if there's any shops around you? I'm kind of hungry. What would you suggest for food? You see, when you speak like that to someone, they're more likely to give you a positive response than the first one. You know what I'm trying to say? It's the same. If you walk up to a woman and you say, oh, give me your number, probably not going to work. But if you genuinely say to her, oh, so where are you off to today? Have a normal conversation and then casually mention, oh, here's my number, by the way, because I thought you're attractive, or I thought you're interesting or funny or smart or intelligent, whatever you think. You know what I'm trying to say? It's the same. Like when you actually approach people in a way of, oh, I think you're really good at football, bro. Could you just tell me how to actually improve myself? That's going to help you improve in something, you know, instead of just saying, okay, how do I get rich? Okay, well, your business is really successful. I think that I could do the same. What tips would you have for me starting out? You know, these are the kind of conversations that you can have that actually elevate the conversation. It's also good to have like open-ended questions. It's always good to ask open-ended questions like about someone's travel. Instead of saying to someone, oh, did you like your holiday to Turkey? You could say, what was your best experience in Turkey? Or what did you enjoy in Turkey? Or what was the food like? Was the weather good? Was it not good? What was the actual weather like in the country? What kind of activities did you do? You see, by using open-ended questions, you can actually get a more detailed conversation response, which is better. It's good for dates, it's good for life, it's good for meeting people, it's good for interviews, it's good for building connections with people. And this is a thing. Work on your communication and you will do a lot better in life. People always talk about looks and gym and money and these things. It's good, but communication is also very important. But you need to practice the skill every day. Anyways, my name's Krish. Hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it really helped you.